come on in. Let's do the tummy tango.
Think about your favorite food. What's the shape of an apple?
Round like an apple.
Think about your favorite food. What's the shape of a pretzel? Think about your favorite food. What's the shape of a banana? Think about your favorite food. What's the shape of a donut? Let's all do the tummy tango. Think about some food that moves. Show me wiggly spaghetti. Think about some food that moves. Show me popcorn popping. Think about your food that moves. Show me jiggly jello. Think about some food that moves. Show me popsicles melting. Let's all do the tummy tango. Tango to the left. Tummy tango. Tango to the right. Tummy tango. Tango to the front. Tummy tango. Tango to the back. Tango way down low. Tango till you touch the sky. Think about some food you like. What's the shape of a pear? Think about some food you like. What's the shape of a grape? Think about your food you like. What's the shape of a pizza? Think about some food you like. What's the shape of a carrot? Let's all do the tummy tango. Tango to the left. Tummy tango. Tango to the right. Tummy tango. Tango to the front. Tummy tango. Tango to the back. Tango way down low. Tango till you touch the sky. Think about your favorite food. What's the shape of an egg? Think about your favorite food. What's the shape of a mushroom? Think about your favorite food. What's the shape of a lollipop? Think about your favorite food. What's the shape of a pickle? Let's all do the tummy tango.
Good morning. Let's get our day started. Woo. All right. Our weather keeps doing different things. One day is hot and sunny, and the next day it happens to be blowing like crazy outside. Uh-oh. I'm trying to get my table in this and it's not cooperating today. There it is. It's going to be tricky. I have a science experiment when we're done. All right, we have to write the date. It is Thursday. Tomorrow is our Mother's Day sing. I hope you drew some lovely pictures for her, maybe folded some flowers, thought of a wonderful snack that you can make all yourself and serve. I think I'm even going to dress up for tomorrow too. So let's see. All right, today though, I'm getting excited about tomorrow. Let's talk about today. Thursday. May. Seventh of the year 2020, and we are celebrating this week Mother's Day. the age. Mothers. You know what? I'm gonna write it again. I did not like how my handwriting went. Let's try it again. The beauty of chalkboard. That is so much better. See if I can make a great my day. I did it! Thursday, May 7th of the year 2020. And we're celebrating Mother's Day this week. All right. So, how about if we sing our songs? Let's go with the first one. There is someone in our house, beautiful and dear, good and kind to us, always near. I could never tell you what she does each day, for she is my mother, and this is Mother's Day. I hope you sang that with me. It's a very sweet song. Now, let's do our funny song. All right. Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother would say, did you ever see a moose kissing a goose? Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother would say, did you ever see a whale with a polka dot tail? Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother would say, did you ever see a fly wearing a tie? Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother would say, did you ever see a bear combing his hair? Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother would say, did you ever have a time when you couldn't make a rhyme? Down by the bay. All right. That was so much fun. I'm excited. Next, I wanted to show you an experiment, and I'm hoping I can focus in a little closer. Let's see if I can, because we're going to do a science experiment called Fuller Than Full, and you kind of have to see the top of the water. There we go. I think we got it. Okay, fuller than full. And what we're going to do is try to attempt to make a container hold more water than it should. For this experiment, you're going to need some water in a pitcher, a clear glass. I have these lovely glass jars. You want to make sure that they are absolutely dry. So I'm going to dry it. There we go, very clear. And the first step, and you need to have lots of pennies. I think they use pennies in this experiment because they're all the same size. And if you used different coins, then the water distribution that's going to happen inside this jar is going to change suddenly. So let's see how it works. You want to fill it just about as full as you can get it without spilling. just below the rim. Now, you want to slip your pennies in slowly. You don't want to touch the edge of the container. You want to carefully let them in. So, do you remember when we floated the egg and we changed how heavy the water was, and it pushed the egg up because the water actually was more dense than the egg? What we're doing is we're filling up the water with something that takes up a lot of space, and it is pushing the water up to the top edge. And you want to do it slowly. Getting up to the top of it, do you see it reflecting and moving? That's the top, the surface of the water. Okay, can you see it tickling there in the, it is right almost at the very edge. So I want to be really careful. I don't want to put my fingers in it. I only want to put the edge of the dry penny. Not fast. Okay, it's on the very edge. It's almost over the top. You would think it would spill out. Watch. See if we can make the water rise above. Do you see it's above the edge? It's starting to make like a dome over the top. And if you do this really gentle, you can really make a tall dome. Above the edge of the jar. Like a bubble. Do you see that? And it's holding together. Water molecules are best friends, the little bits that make water. They're best friends and they want to hold on tight. So they're holding on tight, and that's allowing them to rise up. And that tight knitness is called surface tension. So the holding tight and the surface tension is allowing it to make a bubble of water above the jar. I don't know, it's gonna break soon. Let's see if we can break the surface tension. Wow, it's really above. Do you see that? Now, the worst thing you could do right now is bump your table. So you want to keep your hands back and keep seeing how many more you can get in. completely above the edge. And it hasn't leaked out the edge or down the side of the jar yet either. I'm so surprised it hasn't. Oh, it just did. It broke the surface tension. Pretty soon it was just too heavy to stay together on the top. It had to fall over. There was not enough glass jar to help it. Now, of course, it's kind of a wet pickup. So be ready. And you can do your experiment again and again, but you have to remember one thing. Your jar has to be dry. If it's wet, that surface tension breaks easy because the water that's out here wants to hold on to it and it will just pull it off the top. So each time you do it, and do it a bunch of times, see how far up you can get it. Each time you do it though, make sure you really dry the edge. All right, that was one fun experiment. And now, I had something to show you. I made this earlier. It is a movable walking line. And I made it so easy to make. You can use 2 paper plates or 2 pieces of cardboard. And you lay one end across the room and the other end over here, and however the yarn falls, you must walk on it with your feet. So, you can make loopy lines, or wavy lines, or a really very long straight line. And if you can walk on it with no problem, make it trickier. Place a beanbag on your head and try to walk on it with a beanbag on your head. All right, I will be seeing you later at story time. I hope you have a great day. That you have worked on or just about finished with your special Mother's Day gift. That you sing your songs a few times. And you just have a wonderful day because it's a wonderful place to be in. I'll talk to you later.